Hey guys, it's your girl Coco. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a little story time about my labor and delivery and how it was and how the experience was. So before I got into labor, my last consultation with my doctor was to find out whether the baby was breech or was she head down. So the doctor told me that the baby was head down and then I'm going to be giving birth natural. So I was like, okay, cool. And then from there, I don't know when that appointment was. I'll be lying if I said I knew. So from there, I started doing hypnobirthing around. Mind you, I was supposed to deliver on the 28th of August, but I was impatient. So I decided to start like inducing myself. I didn't like do all those like things where they take like castor oil and stuff like that. So basically on the 19th of August, I was searching a bunch of ways to induce myself, you know, without having to do all those weird things that people were doing. And I found hypnobirthing and I found 2 channels. I will, you know, maybe link the videos in the description for those who need them, maybe. So I started hypnobirthing on the 19th of August, right, up until the 21st. On the 20th, I stopped. On the 21st, when I was bathing, I lost my mucus plug. I did not know that because days prior to that, I was losing a lot of liquid and I didn't know what it was and I didn't know what it meant. I showed my mom, but I didn't know what it was. So, okay. Then came the 22nd. My neighbors like were making a whole lot of noise. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just take myself to sleep. So I used hypnobirthing and I used that to like help me sleep, right? In the morning, I noticed that I was like coming out even more liquid than the previous day. I've been using this hypnobirthing thing. So I was like, okay, I ate breakfast and then I told my mom that what was happening, and then she's like, I think we might have to go to the doctor, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. We finished up eating. Luckily all the bags were packed, everything was ready. We take a bath and then so we go to the hospital, right? When we get there, we explained to them what was going on, and they told me that I lost my mucus plug and then I'm gonna need to prepare for labor. Okay, cool. So the doctor, they signed me up, you know, take my details and stuff like that, and then take me to my room, right? And they told me to change. Obviously, you need to wear like the hospital gown until you give birth. You're gonna be wearing the hospital gown. So, guys, I'm sorry. Please ignore my voice. It just randomly switched up. I don't know what's going on. So I had to change into my hospital gown. After that, I laid in my bed. Doctor came in to check how many centimeters dilated I was, and she said I was 3 centimeters dilated, but I had a ruptured membrane. So cool. She left. She told my gynecologist / doctor what, you know, what was going on. After checking my cervix, she told me that my doctor's gonna come see me, and then she left. The doctor came. She told my doctor that I had a ruptured membrane and that I was 3 centimeters dilated. So the doctor suggested I take Cytotec, if I'm not mistaken, to help me start up my contractions and help me dilate. We did that up until like 5 a.m. in the morning, and my like contractions were bad, like they were bad, but my like water hadn't broken. So I called the doctor in the morning around I think 5 a.m. and told them that my contractions are like really bad because I was feeling them in my back and my stomach. When I tell y'all, contractions, do not play with that shit. Like, prior to me going to labor, I've never had period pains because they say contractions are basically period pains, but sometimes worse. Yeah, I do not know what period pains was. I did not know anything. So those contractions were killing. Like, I'm used to like back pain here and there. God, I won't even cap. Those things were hurting. So the doctor gave me an injection to help me sleep and also to kind of reduce the pain. The injection didn't do anything. I could not sleep. I could not do anything. Sharp. I tried sleeping, came like around 6 a.m. in the morning, and the doctor came in to take my water. So, yo, guys, okay, it was relieving when she broke my water. Mara, the fact that she had to like put her hand in my vagina and like pop my water. You know, it was painful. Like, it was really painful. The part where she like broke my water, that wasn't painful, but the part where she put her hand in my vagina, that was sore. Like, oh, so after she broke my water, they gave me my breakfast, and minutes later my contractions kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse. I told the doctor again that I'm still in pain, and she's like, take a warm bath while I wait for my epidural to come. I'm still feeling pain. Like, oh bruh, I was dying. As I was laying in the bath, like, I could touch the, you know, the end of the bath. So every time I would feel a contraction, I would like push. I don't know if y'all understand. Like, this is the bath. I would like, maybe like my legs were here, so I would like push like onto the bath, putting pressure onto the bath to make myself feel better, but it wasn't working. I ended up falling asleep in the water because of that injection that they gave me. And then the doctor from my epidural came. A nurse who was taking care of me called me and was like, it's time to get your epidural. You know, I had to like get out of the water. I hadn't even bathed. I was just sitting there in the water feeling pain. So the doctor for the epidural came. Yo, guys, I don't know how many times he tries to put that epidural in. Like, he was trying and trying and trying. Didn't go in the right place because my spinal cord is not straight. I don't know how that makes sense, but he couldn't put it in the right place. After I think 5 times of trying, like poking my back to find the right place, after 5 or 6 times, I finally got in, and then I had to get moved onto the bed where I was going to deliver, right? Yeah, when I tell you I did not feel pain, I could only feel what was going on in my vagina. Like, in my stomach, I couldn't feel shit. Like, I was numb all the way. So basically the bed had like 2 side parts where you put your legs on, so that the legs can be like separated and like this, right? So they put my legs there, and then they said that every single time I feel like I need a shit, I should stop pushing, right? Okay, cool. And I did poop. I know I did. So my doctor had to wipe it off. It was like a little drop, you know, a little drop. He wiped it off. So yeah, they told me to call my mom because I'm ready to get into labor. She rushes to the hospital. She gets there on time. She gets there while I was like pushing, you know, like practice pushing. They called my doctor / gynecologist, and they told them that I'm in labor. So the doctor comes, and then I was just like pushing. They were telling me how to push. As they were telling me to push, you know, my mom was like right by my side, pray. I pushed. I don't know how many times I pushed, but I was like struggling. The first final push, I literally gave it my all. Like, I pushed, and then I felt, phew. Then she came out, and I'm like, fuck. I waited to see if she was gonna start crying or not, and then I heard her crying, and I was like, thank God she's alive. I started crying as well. Started crying. We were both, me and my mom were crying, the baby was crying. Like, I was in disbelief, y'all. I was like in literal disbelief. So after they took out the baby, obviously they had to cut her umbilical cord. My mom was the one who cut it. They took the baby to like obviously get her cleaned. They had to take out the placenta. So I thought that I was gonna have to push it out, because usually like when I was watching like labor and delivery vlogs and all these things, people were like, okay, so it's time to push out the placenta, blah blah blah. Bruh, I'm there ready to push. The doctor just pulls it out, and he's like, okay, done. And I'm like, what? He told me that I don't know if I did tear or if he had to cut me so the baby's head can come out. But I had to get stitched up. After getting stitched up, I waited for the baby to come back. He had to like obviously teach me how to breastfeed and stuff like that. I was struggling because she was like, I don't know, she can't latch. Yeah, she has very poor sucking. Even up to this day, she can't even latch her own, like suck her own bottles. Like, she makes this loud noise when she sucks her bottles because she has like poor sucking and latching. From there, I got taken to a different room, and they gave me my supper and my lunch, and I ate. Oh my god, it was just a beautiful moment. They took pictures of me crying. I might insert one. I looked ugly, I won't even lie. My hair was just a mess. Like, oh my god. Anyways, y'all, that's my story time. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Links to my socials are down in the description box. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.